Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News for Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. Stand up for your country. When I was in China last week, there were two things, outside of the big Taiwan tariffs and all of that, that had the Chinese politicians crazed. And number one was San Francisco, because many Chinese have relatives living there. And it kept going to me, how can the American government allow a major city like that to collapse into violent anarchy? And, I don't want to explain the difference between local and state and federal. They don't have that in China. They have one rule and people do what they're told or they pay a huge price. But anyway, they were appalled by what happened or what is happening in San Francisco. The second thing was the open border immigration. They're laughing at us. The whole world is laughing at us. Everybody. I mean, and when you think about President Biden, that is all I see. That is one of the biggest blunders in American history by far. It's got to be in the top five. Got to be. And the Trump administration has to clean it up. And that's why we're in the middle of controversy after controversy after controversy, and that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points Memo. So the latest is that the Department of Homeland Security has listed a bunch of over 500 sanctuary jurisdictions in the United States. 500 counties, cities, towns that will not cooperate with ICE in finding people who are here illegally. 500. So the Department of Homeland Security put them on the net. And I'm going to just read some of the big ones and said that, quote, each jurisdiction listed will receive formal notification of its noncompliance and all potential violation of federal criminal statutes. What that means is they may arrest some people and charge them with failing to uphold federal law or interfering with federal law. But even if they don't do that, Trump himself is going to deny federal funds to a lot of these places, federal law enforcement funds and others. That's what's going to happen. All right, so let's throw the list up for our radio. I'll read it. Anchorage, Alaska, Berkeley, California, LA, San Diego, San Francisco, Boulder, Colorado, DC, Atlanta, Honolulu, Chicago, New Orleans, Baltimore, Boston, Minneapolis, Vegas, Albany, New York City, Portland, Oregon, Philadelphia, Seattle. All right, so the usual suspects. These are all liberal cities. And in Boston, there has been a very big campaign to find violent, criminal, undocumented people. In fact, over the last few weeks, there have been 1,500 rounded up by ICE. 1,500. Out of the 15, 800 have criminal records. And they're all here illegally. But that means 700 don't. And that is what the progressive left is outraged about. Okay? So, after that list that I just read to you was posted, it was quickly taken down. That caught our attention here at the No Spin News. Why are they taking it down? This is fascinating, and I don't think anybody's reported it yet. There is an organization called the National Sheriff's Association. 3,000 elected sheriffs across the country, the National Sheriff's Association. It objected to the federal government posting all of the jurisdictions, saying that the list was created without the sheriff's input and violates the core principles of trust, cooperation, and partnership with fellow law enforcement. I'm not sure really what that means. We're going to try to get somebody from the National Sheriffs in here on Thursday to explain it, okay? So we're gonna try to do that. The leader is Sheriff Kieran Donahue, but we'll see what we can do there. So anyway, the federal government said, oh, we don't want trouble with 3,000 sheriffs, most of whom are sympathetic to ICE. They're not sanctuary people. So it's a complicated story. Now, in Massachusetts, there has been the usual outcry from the progressive left, which controls the entire Commonwealth. In the sweep was an 18-year-old junior high school student, Milford High School, which is in the Worcester area, central Massachusetts. He was taken into custody because he was driving a car owned by his father, who is on ICE's list. And he's still detained. Here's how WBZ, the big outlet in Boston, covered that. Go.
Just an incredible outpouring of love here from the Milford community as students, faculty, friends rally on behalf of 18-year-old Marcelo, who was detained yesterday and was supposed to be a day of celebration. Students say there's a sense of emptiness and loss.
Free Marcelo! Free Marcelo! Free Marcelo!
An emotional display of love for Milford High School student Marcelo Gomes. Hundreds line Main Street in Milford in support of the 18-year-old who was detained by ICE agents over the weekend.
And he is still being detained, as I reported. So, okay, I feel a little sorry for Marcelo. He's been here since he's 5 years old. His parents probably irresponsible, but he is caught up in something that's pretty horrific. All right. But that's the story in Massachusetts, not the 800 people living there who are criminals, foreign nationals. They ignore it. Here's what the Boston Globe said, quote, "We're seeing arrests of people who haven't been convicted of anything. In some cases, haven't even been charged. Seems the goal is not to make our community safer, but rather to persuade everyone who's not a citizen, whether they're a service worker, a student, or a university professor, or a tourist, to go away and never come back." The Boston Globe ignores the 800 people who have criminal records that were taken into custody. That's how corrupt that newspaper is. It's outrageous. All right. And then we have the governor of the state. I'm not going to even play her soundbite. Maura Healey, I was going to play it, but it's the same old thing. You know, oh, we don't want lawbreakers, but we get They don't want ICE. They didn't cooperate on this. They've never cooperated. They're okay with 800 violent people in the state illegally. That's the truth. I love Massachusetts. Boston is my second home. I was educated there, worked local news there. This is insane. Yet the people of the Commonwealth elect these nitwits. All right. So summing this memo up. If I'm President Trump, I cut off almost all aid to the city of Boston. Like that. It's over. You're not getting anything until you cooperate with ICE. That's it. That's what I do. And see, I'm more militant on this than Trump. But you got to send a message. This is enough. Enough. The whole world is laughing at us. All right. Now, China, a little update here. I didn't mention yesterday. I hope you saw a reportage on my trip. There's a column. There's a message. You know, I don't want to overdo this. But China, USA, the most important story by far. Okay. So when I was there, Chinese were going, they're angry at Canada because Canada, at the embassy in Beijing, has this big mural of rainbow, because it's Rainbow Month or Gay Month or some month, I don't know. There it is. And the government is furious. But the government can't do anything because embassy territory is owned by Canada or USA, whatever embassy it is. So the Chinese, and I said, well, why are you so upset about that? It's because they say it promotes homosexuality, and in our society, we don't like that. We don't want that. Okay, there's no freedom anyway. Okay, so let's segue back into the United States. PBS, the, of course, fair network that gives both sides of the story, unbelievable. PBS is using Sesame Street, the kids show, and little kids, to promote gay rights or gay rainbow or something, okay? Just give you a sample of what they did a couple of years ago, and it has continued. Roll tape.
Hi, Elmo and I wanted to share that everyone is always welcome on Sesame Street. This month and every month, we want to uplift and celebrate our LGBTQIA+ family, friends, and communities.
Yeah, that's right, Miss Ariana. From our Sesame Street family to yours, happy Pride! Elmo loves you.
And I love you, Elmo. Mwah.
Mwah.
Okay, we paid for that. Now this year, PBS puts out this Sesame Street. Quote, on our street, everyone is welcome. Together, let's build a world where every person and family feels loved and respected for who they are. Happy Pride Month. Okay, I mean, I remember when I was teaching high school, I protected the kids who were perceived to be gay on campus because they were brutalized. They were. And I protected those kids and said, you do that, you're going to have trouble with me. I am anti-bullying, and I don't want any of that. Now, conservatives say that PBS Sesame Street is grooming young children to be gay. I don't buy that for a minute. They're not grooming. What they are is presenting material that's inappropriate to children. Children should have a childhood. Sesame Street should not be ramming stuff Pride Month down their throats. That's the big sin here. Okay? Knock it off, PBS. And you've been doing this for years. Put on a kids' show. Department of Justice Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon is warning California that by June 9th, they better enforce Title IX. So what is that? Here's what the Justice Department wants. Knowingly depriving female students of athletic opportunities and benefits on the basis of their sex would constitute unconstitutional sex discrimination under equal protection clauses. This is what the Justice Department sent to California. What they're saying is if you allow men, trans men, to compete in sports against women, you're violating the women's rights. So they got to June 9th, California, to knock it off. Or, again, no money. I mean, that's the way it's got to be. And I think 80% of Americans are down with that. You have to deny the funding. The federal government has to say you either comply with federal law, whether it be immigration law or Title IX, or you're not going to get any money. Egg prices. So remember when Trump took over, the hysteria about egg prices? That's all we heard for, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Egg prices, eggs. Well, since that time, the price of a dozen eggs has dropped 61% under the Trump administration. 6-1. Heard anything about that? I haven't. I have not heard one blanking word. Okay? So we did a search. Did anybody report that? CNN, no. NBC, no. News Nation, no. ABC, no. CBS, no. Fox News and Newsmax did report it. Okay? Didn't mention it. Now, I just want to remind you what the hysteria was back when Trump took over in January. Go.
I mean, you try to explain that to a mother now that's paying $6 for egg, or me who paid $6 for a gallon of gas just a mile away from here. I mean, it's hard to explain to the American people today that somehow this is going to get better and their situations are going to get better.
Yeah, oh no, they're not going to get better. No, Trump did it. So eggs are down 61%. My fuel is down $1 a gallon here on Long Island. See, these pinheads, I don't know why anybody in the world watches this stuff. I really don't. Disney's laying off a lot of people. 700. Okay, this is the fourth round of layoffs the past 10 months. And, I know you don't care about this very much, but the reason that Disney, the most powerful entertainment company in the world, is having to fire all these people is because of woke. That's why. The View, all right? The stupid movies that they inject the woke stuff in. And America, no. That's how you do it. Consumers do it. Are you struggling with sleepless nights and exhausting days? Beam was founded in America and run by people who value hard work, integrity, and delivering results. Beam's Dream Powder is a healthy nighttime blend packed with science-backed ingredients shown to improve sleep so you will wake up ready for the day. Dream is made with a powerful blend of all natural ingredients like magnesium, melatonin, and more. And now Beam is giving my listeners the ultimate Patriot discount. Try their Dream Powder and get up to 40% off for a limited time. Go to shopbeam.com/Bill. That's shopbeam.com/Bill. Use code Bill for up to 40% off. Sleep better, wake up stronger, and show up ready for your family, work, and country. Okay, we want you to go to our YouTube channel. It's free, youtube.com/Bill O'Reilly. I told you yesterday in May we had more than 30 million views on social media. 30 million. That doesn't count the No Spin News or the radio, 300 stations. That doesn't count any of that. It's a phenomenon. And we have Trump being, once again, accused of being a racist. That's my commentary on YouTube. We hope you check it out. Mail, Colleen, a concierge member now. Colleen has my crew watching her back. I'm telling you, this is an insurance, and it's so inexpensive. Come on, concierge member, BillO'Reilly.com, free book. You get into any problems you want to know, anything, write to us within 24 hours. We get back to you. All right, Colleen says, propaganda coming out of China for years depicts a great country where all the people are happy. That propaganda has adversely impacted our younger generation. Many believe that communism is a wonderful form of government and the U.S. should convert to it. I don't see it that way, Colleen. I don't think there are many communists in America. There are some socialists, but they're basically people who don't want to compete. They're lazy people. The propaganda out of China is ignored by young Americans. I mean, young Americans have no idea what's going on over there, generally speaking. Don is a concierge member. Thank you, Don. All well said, Bill, but I do not trust China. They have their agenda of world domination, and that includes putting America down. Well, it doesn't really matter, and I don't mean this to be flippant or rude, whether you trust them or not, Don. I don't trust them. Who would trust them? But there's no plan B. You either make deals with them, or the world descends into violent chaos. That's it. Thomas Merks, Maryville, Tennessee. As far as Taiwan and relations for peaceful unification, China does have a proven track record, and it's not good. All you need to do is look at the promises they made to Great Britain over Hong Kong, and we see how the Chinese Communist word means nothing. Again, same answer. There's no plan B. You get a deal, and you hope the deal works out well for China, and they don't go back on it. That's it. Lena, thanks for demystifying the situation, Bill. I'm tired of propaganda about these Asian countries, especially China. You know, here's what I'm tired of, Lena. They don't report it. I mean, if I had 10 journalists, TV journalists, in a room, and I was interviewing all 10, I can guarantee you they wouldn't know anything about China. Nothing. You can be a journalist on television and know nothing these days. If your hair looks good or your uncle's running, some business. Jeez. Larry Dixon, Alamosa, Colorado. Glad to have you safely back, Bill. I was concerned. What makes you and your program so great is that you have molded your life and your broadcast around honestly. What a great moral compass setting. You know, I don't put myself up that way, but I do tell you that our selling point and the reason 30 million people are taking the time to watch us on social media is that we are honest. That's what I sell. That's my brand. And it's worked for 50 years. Mary Ann, I'm very fortunate to be a premium member. we're very fortunate to have you, Marianne. And get all the information about your trip. Thank you for the pictures and analysis. I find the relationship of China with Russia concerning. So do I. And I told the hard men in Beijing when I spoke with them, don't throw in with Putin. Don't do that. It's going to come back to haunt you. So I'm concerned about it too. Ran and Joan Rigney, San Clemente, California. Hey, Bill, you said you wanted to go to Tahiti. My wife and I thought, that's a good idea. So here we are sitting on our porch over the water bungalow, enjoying paradise. Thank you for going to China and solving the world's problems while we enjoy Tahiti. You know, you're gloating. You're gloating. One of the most beautiful places I've ever been. You got to get out of the main island. You go to the outer islands, but you're staying in a bungalow that's over the water. 7-hour flight from LA. I love Hawaii. So when I go, I stop in Kauai for a couple of days, and then I go down to Papeete, which is the airport. Michaela McCarthy, Rutland, Vermont. So, Riley, I'm 13, watched the program with my parents. During your show tonight, towards the end of the interview with Victor David Hansen, you used the phrase, by the way. Didn't you say you wouldn't? You know, I didn't even notice it, Micaiah. So now what I have to do is fine myself. I have to put extra money in the church basket on Sunday. Thank you for pointing that out to me. All right, come on. It's Father's Day coming up on the 15th of June. If you have a no-spin dad and a not woke dad, we have the gear. No one else has it, just us. BillO'Reilly.com store, not woke gear, great golf shirt, t-shirts, mugs, bumper stickers, hats. Not woke dad. You'll love it. But the best gift is premium or concierge membership on BillO'Reilly.com. Get the free book. And then if you want to buy all the books for Dad, we have them bundled. All 13 killing books and Confronting the Presidents. One pile, great price, and that will keep Dad quiet for a long time. So make Dad happy. Go to BillO'Reilly.com store. Final thought on watching CNN in Asia in a moment. There is a lot of talk about government debt, but the real crisis is personal debt. You need Done with Debt. They have unique strategies to help end your debt fast, so you can keep more of your hard-earned money. And they will not try to sell you a loan. They're tough negotiators. Will go one-on-one with your credit card and loan companies to drastically reduce bills, eliminate interest, erase penalties. Clients end up with more money in their pocket on month 1. And they don't stop until you're debt-free. Take a few minutes. Visit donewithdebt.com. It's free, but listen, some solutions are time sensitive, so you have to move quickly. Go to donewithdebt.com. Donewithdebt.com. Tell them Bill sent you. There is a lot of talk about government debt, but the real crisis is personal debt. You need Done with Debt. They have unique strategies to help end your debt fast, so you can keep more of your hard-earned money. And they will not try to sell you a loan. They're tough negotiators. Will go one-on-one with your credit card and loan companies to drastically reduce bills, eliminate interest, erase penalties. Clients end up with more money in their pocket on month 1. And they don't stop until you're debt-free. Take a few minutes. Visit donewithdebt.com. It's free, but listen, some solutions are time sensitive, so you have to move quickly. Go to donewithdebt.com. Donewithdebt.com. Tell them Bill sent you. Okay, here's a final thought of the day. So, no Fox News in Asia, no NBC, no network news, just CNN. They dominate the world. So it's 12 hours ahead over there, okay? So I'm watching at about, 8 o'clock at night, because it's the only outlet on television that gives me American news. And they're doing their morning show on CNN. And tomorrow I'm writing a message of the day about it. And the broadcasters are skilled there, but it's ridiculous. The whole 2-3 hours is they get a topic, say Harvard and Trump, and they bring in somebody to bash Trump. Every segment, bash Trump, bash Trump, bash Trump, bash Trump. And the anchor just sits there doing her nails, or if it's a guy reading the sports page, oh yeah, okay. No questions, no challenge, nothing. Oh, go ahead. Are you finished bashing Trump yet? Oh, you need another couple of minutes? Go ahead. It's lazy. In these hotels over there, they give you a sandal. I'm throwing a sandal at the television. My son's going, hey, Dad, calm down. This is crazy. Just ask him one challenging question. No. CNN is in dire trouble because of this stuff. Even if you hate Trump and a devoted liberal, it's boring. This isn't boring here. If it is, you let me know. Bill@BillO'Reilly.com, Bill@BillO'Reilly.com. Thank you for watching us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.